Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 37 of Bedtime Stories with VJ. Who's VJ? I know a couple of you children are going to be repeating what I'm saying, but I'm so glad that there are a couple of children out there who really love the way I say these stories. So, who's VJ? I'm VJ, and I am here with bedtime stories for all you wonderful children out there, children who love to listen to stories, children who have a wild imagination, children who love to dream, who love to talk, and who love to do some amazing things with their imagination. So, welcome to episode number 37 of Bedtime Stories with VJ. These are stories, most of these are stories that are written by me exclusively for you children, based on some real life incidents, based on things that I have seen, based on things that I have read. And these are stories that are meant to help you children explore, imagine, dream, and even become. All right. So today's story is a very, very old folklore from Assam. What's a folklore? A folklore is one of those old fables, one of those stories that Nani ne suna hai, Nani ki Nani ne suna hai, and they go on and on and on and tell these stories. So these are stories that have been going down from generation to generation. तो आज अगर मैंने आपको सुनाया, कल maybe when you grow up, you will tell your children the story, and maybe your child will tell the story to his or her child, and so on. This story goes on and lives for ages to come. So today's story is about the elephant's nose. So you want to know what the story is? Let me tell you what the story is. So, long, long ago, many years ago, it was said that elephants had small trunks with stubbed noses. Now, how do we remember elephants? With long trunks. But many years ago, these elephants did not have long trunks. They had only one small pudgy nose, like this. And they used to go around like regular people with their noses stuck to their face. One year, it did not rain for many months. And what happens when it doesn't rain for many months? Do you know? When it doesn't rain for many months, the land becomes dry. All the water on the surface of the land dries up. The rivers dry up, lakes dry up, ponds dry up. Animals don't have water to drink. People don't have water to drink. Fishes die because there's not enough water. And overall, the whole land looks very dry and barren. So, one year, it did not rain for many months. The ponds and lakes began to dry up. And the streams, okay, let me just bring you up on a slightly higher level. Yes, okay, all right. Yes. And the streams and ponds and lakes had very little water. All the animals in the forest were very, very thirsty and desperately searching for a source of water. A river used to be a river used to flow not very far from the forest. And the elephant, our friend the elephant, decided to go in search of this water. Walking slowly, 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 slowly. Why was he walking slowly? One, because he's an elephant, he's huge. And second, because he had not had water to drink for many, many days. And so he was dehydrated and thirsty and tired. So very slowly, 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 he walked up to the river. In that river lived a bright green crocodile. So bright that he was almost like a neon green crocodile. You could see him from far. So there was this crocodile in the river. As soon as the crocodile saw the elephant, he cried, "Go away! Go away! Water is very scarce here. There is no water at all. Why have you come here? And if you start drinking this water, what will be left for me? Where will I swim? Where will I lie in? What will I drink? Get out! Go away from here." The elephant thought for some time. First, the elephant got scared and he jumped back. Imagine an elephant jumping back. Drum! He jumped back. And then he wondered, should I drink water? I'm very thirsty. But then he realized that if he did try to drink the water, the crocodile would come and attack him. And there would be a fight. And he knew that this was not the right time to have a fight with the crocodile. So he decided that he will go away now. And he will come back later when the crocodile is sleeping. Nice idea. Hai na? In that same river also lived a shiny green toad frog. He was so shiny, he was also neonish. So you could spot the frog also from far, you could spot the crocodile also from far. They were so shiny, shiny and green. Now, whenever the crocodile would be swimming in the river, the toad would hop onto his back and he would enjoy the ride. So as the crocodile went like this, he would also sit on his back like this. Over time, the crocodile was annoyed of this. He said, "Go away, why are you always on my back? I don't like carrying you on my back. Get off." He was tired of giving the toad a free ride. Many times he would try to shake himself so that the toad would fall off. But no, the toad would stick on and he would laugh. "Ha ha 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 ha! I'm enjoying this ride. Ha 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 ha!" One day, the crocodile was resting on a rock. He was sleeping, afternoon siesta. The elephant who was standing in the bushes, he noticed this and he realized that the crocodile is now fast asleep. I can get that water to drink. So he went slightly and quietly. He went. Imagine how quiet that elephant would have been. But he very quietly went to the river. And then he put down his head and started drinking the water. Just then, our friend, the frog, the shiny green toad, decided to jump onto the crocodile's back. So he jumped, and when he jumped, with that jump, the crocodile woke up. The crocodile who was sleeping went, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" So the frog said, "Ha ha ha ha! I'm going to lie on your back tonight. What? Let me see what you'll do." So the crocodile again started to shake himself and try to throw the toad away. But no, the toad was stuck to his back. The crocodile got so irritated. Crocodile got very angry because his sleep was disturbed. And then he began to swim around the river. The little water that was there in the river, he began to swim around the river, shaking his body like this, like this, like this, like this. And he said, "I will get rid of you now. I will get rid of you now. I will get rid of you now." But our toad was stuck to his back. As the crocodile was swimming around the river, he noticed the elephant. He noticed that the elephant was drinking water from the river. And he had told the elephant, "You're not supposed to come here." So he got so angry. He said, "How dare you, elephant? How dare you drink from my river? Were you not told not to drink water from here? Now go away." Now the elephant, who was so thirsty, who hadn't had water to drink since so many days, was happily enjoying his drink of water. Don't you do that? If you're out, you've gone to school and it's very hot in the summers, as soon as you get home, you run to the fridge, open it, take a bottle and drink it, right? You enjoy that water that you're drinking. Like that, our elephant was enjoying the drink of water and he could not hear the crocodile. And the crocodile was getting very irritated with the toad who was sitting on his back. He couldn't push the toad off. So he was getting so angry. And that anger that he had for the toad got directed towards the elephant. It happens, no? When you are angry at somebody and you want to shout at that person, but you cannot shout at that person. If mama is shouting at you and you're angry at your mama, you cannot shout it back at your mama. So what do? You hit your little brother or sister. Don't you do that? Or you throw things around the house. Very bad habit. But do you do that? If you don't do that, you have very good children. But if you do that, I think you should change your behavior. So now this crocodile was so angry at the elephant that you know what he did? He swam up to the elephant and caught hold of his trunk. He caught hold of the trunk in his mouth. The elephant went, ah! But the crocodile held on. Now the elephant also got scared because if the crocodile pulls the elephant into the river, the elephant would die. And the crocodile, who was very angry with the elephant for drinking his water, wanted to take revenge on the elephant. So the crocodile pulled, and the elephant who wanted to save his life, he pulled. The crocodile pulled, the elephant pulled. Crocodile, elephant, crocodile, elephant, crocodile, elephant. They kept pulling, 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 pulling. And you know what happened? The elephant yelled, please let me go. My nose is hurting. Let me go. But the crocodile was so angry that he held on to the trunk and he pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled. And the elephant, who wanted to save himself, pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled. And then the frog, who was getting tired of this back and forth and back and forth, he jumped off the crocodile. And then with a jerk, the elephant freed himself. But you know what happened? In this tug of war between crocodile and elephant, the elephant's nose, which was like a smudge on his nose, on his face, got pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled like a rubber band. His nose became a trunk. How funny is that? And that is how our elephants, according to this old folklore from Assam, that is how the elephant's nose from a small stub became a big trunk. And you know what? The elephant was so angry and so hurt that his nose was pulled. If you pull something so hard, dukta hai na? So like that. So elephant got so angry that he put his nose, he put his trunk into the water, into the river, and sucked up all the water. So river dry ho gaya. And when he sucked up all the water, he sucked up all the slush and mud and the keychad also into his nose. And then when all that keychad went to his nose started tickling. His trunk started tickling. So he went, achoo! And when he went, achoo, all that keychad from his nose went and plucked, landed on the crocodile and the frog. And since that day, the crocodile is no longer neon green, but brownish. And the frog also, even though he has little bit of green on him, he has specks of brown mud also on him. So this is a very cute and an adorable folklore from Assam, which I read on the internet, and I thought it was so amazing that I wanted to share it with all you children out there. These are folklores from Assam. These are very cute stories, and I think it's so much fun reading these stories. So tell me, children, did you like the story? If you did like the story, you must send me a comment saying you loved it, and you must tell me how the story went and what you expect. And I want you all to read a little bit more. I want you all to write stories, and I want you all to share your stories with me. All right. So with that, I end tonight's episode of Bedtime Stories with VJ. Today was episode number 37. I have a target to reach. Let me reach 50 and then I will have a surprise for all of you. So till then, keep listening to my stories, keep watching my YouTube channel, keep watching my Facebook page, Ardhakshar, a page where I write stories, where I share reviews of books that I've read, where I share reviews of movies that I've watched, where I've shared stories that I love reading or writing about. All right, children, with that, I end tonight's episode, and I will see you again on Wednesday with another story, another character, and loads and loads and loads and loads of expression. All right, good night, take care, sleep well, don't let the bugs bite.